What's up? How's everybody doing today? What is happening?
I was looking for myself right here in the bottom. I was like, wait,
I did too. I was like, well,
oh, 200,000 chips. Jimmy knows what that's about.
Oh yeah, my Vegas.
I haven't opened that app up in a little while now, so it's probably mad at me. But yeah, we're back Monday. I had a case of the Mondays today, man. I couldn't do anything right.
Same. Mine was a case of just not wanting to do anything, but I had stuff to do.
And I cannot shake this cough. It's driving me nuts. I
still have it too, so it's okay.
Is it like intermittent to you? Like you'll have like bouts where you cough for a couple hours and then it goes away?
Yeah.
Okay. So because I'm like,
or what I had,
mine's went away already.
Yeah, what I had today was if I talked really long, I'd get into a coughing fit. It was kind of weird.
That's kind of what happens to me, and it drives me because like all afternoon I was fine, and then I got home and like I was sitting around for a little while, and then we ate dinner and stuff, and then I started coughing again, and I'm like, what is going on? And it got me all freaked out because Joe had a rebound, and I'm like, no.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because we're going up and down in temperature right now, and I'm at the fair all week, so it's all dusty and everything's going in my face.
You're probably right.
But yeah, if you cough, man, people are like, "What was that? What's going on here?" I'm like,
"You gotta get out of here."
It's like it's almost like a smoker's cough, you know? It's what's weird, but it's like,
but it's dry. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Like I've been taking Mucinex all day, like thinking maybe there's something in my lungs that it just needs to come out, and it's not. Nothing's doing. So whatever. So apologies for me muting myself here and there because I'm just gonna have to. But that's where I was going with this. But yeah, other than that, I couldn't do anything else right today. Like I literally reprinted 2 labels because I stuck them on incorrectly. Ooh. Like one of them, the label folded underneath it, and the rest of it stuck to it. And I'm like, great. So I went to go peel it off and it just ripped in half. And I was like, okay, we'll just do that one. And then the other one I stuck on like one of these, but I don't know what. Well, I must have been drunk or something because I put it on and it was like, it's like hanging off the side. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I can't do this. So yeah, I couldn't get it together today. It was terrible. So
maybe it's just like a close to end of the year thing too. It's like, oh, just be over already.
Maybe. I don't know. Case of the Mondays is what it was for me. I had to go pick up a auction stuff, that stuff that we won in the middle of nowhere, and I got that turned out really well. But the rest of my day, I just couldn't get it together. So we'll say hello to some people. 8:45. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Cindy.
That's dedication. Hi, Ann. Right at 9. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, Ann.
Hello, Ann.
Bearded PokeTuber in the house. What's happening?
Hello.
Hey.
Tommy Bernard. Let's talk extra veiny shrimp tonight. Sounds great.
Hey, Tommy.
Sarah loves her shrimp with some extra veins in it. Junk Monkey's in the house. What's happening?
I think this is actually the first time that I've been live actually talking to Tommy like in person instead of being in the chat with him.
Really?
I think so.
I thought he was on once or twice with you.
No, he's been on because
it's always been typing. It's never been like me actually being live.
Oh. Yo, Rosie, what's happening?
So, hey, Rosie.
Tommy says, got the same thing. Nonstop coughing, and my ribs are now in pain every cough. So irritating. Yeah, it's driving me nuts. So, hi here for a few, then to watch another live. Well, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it, Christopher. Yeah. William's here. What's happening?
Hi, William.
Rosie knows where I went today, so yes, I did, Rosie, among other things. I got chocolate covered strawberry rolls. You know, the Swiss Miss strawberry rolls.
Oh
yeah, they covered them in chocolate and they're selling them. And that is a heavy $2, and I think that has some weight to it. And then chocolate covered Twinkies as well. So
I'd say all by itself is heavy.
Yeah, and they covered it with a ton of chocolate. So it was Sarah ate one and I ate one, and we both agree that like it's good, but it's a lot because you've got all the chocolate, then you got like that sweetness of the strawberry goo in the middle, and then it's a bit much, but really good. Yeah, I spent $41 at the chocolate store on my way out, and $80 at the auction. So, yeah,
it was worth it. Sounds like it was worth it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Got the chocolate covered cheese puffs, and you know those peanut butter filled pretzel bites they sell?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have chocolate covered ones of those too. So I got those. Yeah, I'm like, nah. I walked in that store and I was like, this is like a fat kid's dream in here.
He was like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. Like, look at this.
Oh yeah, if they had a chocolate pond, I would have been dead. Drowning in that thing. But yeah, and then like I'm checking out and I look over and there's like the fudge counter and I'm like, how much is the fudge? She was like $11.50 a pound. I'm like, I'm gonna pass. She's filling my bag with stuff. It wasn't good. So,
maybe next time.
Yeah, well, this is always next time. Yeah, the veiny shrimp. I usually miss Mondays and watch a replay, but everyone is sick, so kids are in bed early. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
thanks for
appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Let's see here. Rosie says, "Hey, it sounds like a meal write-off to me." It's true. It could be.
Hey, every Saturday, I always write off my 2 burritos that I eat, and I eat them whole.
Yeah, I mean, who's the IRS to tell me what proper nutrition is? If I want to eat chocolate bars for lunch, sorry, buddy. You could stick that receipt.
Yeah, he was on your way to, or was you? Did you pick up your stuff first, or was you on your way?
No, on my way back.
Well, see, that's a long.
I got hungry, and there's nothing out there except for like this little dive bar that has, you know, those old signs. You have them out where you don't have them where you are, Ed, but you know the old lighted signs that are like the plastic signs, but they're like yellow-ish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they have like the generic graphics on them, and one of them is like that generic burger, and then like a generic beer mug. So it has the burger and the beer mug, and it says like Cliff's Place or something. And it looks like it looks like an old house they turned into a bar. But the problem is like the columns holding up the front porch are missing some bricks. So I'm like, I don't really want to go in there. But, so I just went to the candy store instead. It's a really great candy store. It is. If I'm not working, it's always a write-off for me. Same. There's a winery near there too. See, that'd be a little tougher to write off.
Let's see. Our winery has a place you can sit down and eat, so we're good too.
Yeah, you can write off drinks if it's business related. Like if the 3 of us went to have like a Monday night vibe meeting and we had a couple beers and somebody paid for it, you could write it off. But like where they start, yeah.
And you may never talk to us ever again after Vegas.
It'll be me and Jimmy on Monday night.
I might not even remember the conversation show, so we'll be good.
Okay, there we go.
Perfect. Yeah, I can picture that tab. The IRS is like, you spent $2,800 on drinks in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
it was a very special. It was a very special live. You can see it on YouTube.
That's right.
There's your $2,400.
Yeah.
And what's this problem? What's this $200 fine of somebody yelling at a screen? Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
That's right.
She cheated.
That's right. Someone threw a Budweiser bottle at the blackjack lady. No, it was a virtual blackjack lady. This is a big difference.
Yeah, it was a big difference.
Yeah, so. Tommy says, "Don't we have to be 50 miles from home for meal reimbursements, or did they change that?" I don't believe so. But I'm not an accountant.
Yeah, first we're not accountants, but from what I heard, I think they didn't have to be that you have to be working for 4 hours straight, and then anything you have to, then that could actually be considered reimbursement for food.
I thought so too. Yeah.
So I don't think the miles matters, but it has to be at least 4 hours. Basically, it has to be like you're actually working.
Yeah.
And the driving time counts too, supposedly.
Yeah, I think so, but I could be wrong, Tommy. You could be right. I'm not an accountant, nor do I give away free tax advice on YouTube. So,
I usually suggest.
Nor would I ever.
I usually suggest you don't follow our advice, anyways.
What's the tax code? Like 1,060 pages or something like that. Like, there's just no way to know. So
I don't even know.
I'm 100% certain that I would never be able to know all the tax laws. Adam, now have the cat jump on your desk. Yeah, they don't actually come up here, oddly enough. Every now and again I'll get one, but it's rare. But what's up, Shorty Resales? Thanks for stopping in. Rosie says it's 50% of any business-related meal. So if I'm working, it's a business meal to me. Mm-hmm. So I just thought it had to be a different town. Yes. It could be all of the above, guys. We have no idea. We keep most of our meal receipts. If business comes up during the course of a conversation at some places, it becomes a business lunch to us. That's kind of how we roll with it. But, is it correct? I have no idea. I mean, I'll check with my accountant. I will make sure to check with him before writing anything like this off to the Internal Revenue Service.
Right. And if not, then we'll figure out during the audit. And if they ask us, I was like,
don't say the A word. Don't say the A word.
It already happened to me. It happened to me on my second year.
I don't want it.
Yeah,
Tommy says, awesome. It definitely used to be 50 miles away when I used to do RA, but they always change that stuff. It definitely shouldn't matter where it is. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Upstate Scavenger, what's happening?
Name.
New sub too. Look at that.
Hey, Robert. How's it going, man?
There you go.
That's awesome. New sub from Jimmy, apparently.
Yeah.
What's happening? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I met Robert last year in South Carolina at Dante's convention. So
cool.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
Well, we appreciate you coming by. We're normally pretty weird on this Monday night thing.
Yeah, it goes all
half the conversation is reselling, and the half usually involves some kind of food.
Food, yeah. Las Vegas comes up frequently. Yeah.
Vegas.
And then a lot of rants whenever that does happen.
That will happen. That almost always happens. I don't have too much to rant. I don't have anything to really rant about today. We didn't have anything really bad happen this week, thankfully.
Me neither.
I got a lowball offer from Poshmark, but the guy actually came up to reason relatively quick, or girl, I don't know, it's either or. They started, like, we were asking $16 for something, they offered $9, and I'm like, but seriously? I was like, I'll counter offer with 13. So I counter offer with 13. They send a message in the thing, and they're like, do you offer discounted shipping? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if I discount the shipping, we're just going back to $9. But I didn't want to explain that, so I'm just like, not on this one, sorry. And he's like, oh well, I just canceled my counter offer, but I can't accept your $13 offer. And I'm like, I'll just change the price of the listing for you. And he did, and he bought it. And I'm like, all right, well, it worked. So sometimes it works.
For me, my only complaint right now is, well, first, I had no eBay sales today, but I had 3 Poshmark sales, which is strange, but cool, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And of course, I did the thing that I usually say I don't want to do, but it didn't involve shoes. It actually involved a bag. So I did it, and it was, can you take measurements? And I did.
You're asking for it.
I did. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? It was a bag, and some people asked for it anyway, so I just uploaded it to Poshmark. It was very easy to get. And of course, buyer went silent, never even bothered to buy
with bags, I think I'd start putting the rule. I think I'd get yourself a yardstick.
I just use this.
Oh yeah, that works too. Just get it in the picture, that way it's a little easier.
And that's exactly what I did, because it was $100 bag, so why not?
Yeah, that's probably worth it. Tommy says, I've been filing extensions for so long, I have to file more extensions because the laws changed. Luckily, I don't owe, or I'd be in prison or getting groped by now. That's true. Rosie said, I got a 60% off list price offer with "this is my best offer" in the comments, and I was like, decline. Yeah, I do that too. My favorite is when they thank you for their purchase already, when like they give you like a $10 offer on something that you're asking 20 for, and they're like, thank you, and you're like, decline.
Yeah.
Or there's been a few times where I've counter offered with like $2 off, and I've put "you're welcome."
My favorite one is where they just go into the bundle comment. Can you please accept my so-and-so offer with this kind of shipping? Thank you so much. Basically assuming that you're going to accept it no matter what.
Yeah.
I think I can't control the shipping on Poshmark.
Yeah.
It's set, man.
I did have the person ask me how much shipping was on Poshmark, and that was funny to me, but I think it's only funny to me. But I'm sure they're a new user or something, and I'm like,
Like scroll down, and it's like right there,
it's at the bottom of the listing. It's
right when
there.
Right when you buy make a purchase, it's right there.
They tell you. For some reason, they feel like they should tell you. But yeah, it's rather amusing. Reseller pro tip: if you're looking for measurements for something and you don't feel like getting them, look up. Look that up. I did not look for someone else's listing. Oh! Yeah. I see what you're saying. Look up another listing and see what the measurements are.
I think that would backfire though, because
that could if they're wrong. But well, I mean, if it's in the pictures, it wouldn't be wrong.
True, but with clothing, say you have the same size, it could be off by an inch or two.
Yeah, that's their fault. A little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea actually. I never thought of that, especially if it's something common. But let's see. Shorty Resale says got 3 bars today. Sale on each platform. Nice. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, we figured it out, Rosie. But
that's going for the cycle.
Yeah, that's a trifecta. I haven't had that in a while. Macari just is snoozing for me.
Yeah, Macari's done.
Macari's been booming. Macari's been booming for me, actually.
Yeah, not for us.
It's just random because, like I said, today eBay was for the past 2 days. eBay has been dead. But I haven't been listing either because just live heat everything. Yeah. But Poshmark and Macari have been booming, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Poshmark's been decent for us. Like I said, it comes in like waves, but Macari has literally been like one every week, if that. And it's just like I think we sold our one this week already because I had to drop off a smart post this morning and it was a candle holder or something like that. And yeah, Posh, I don't know what's going on with Macari. Maybe they've changed something up at night because we don't send out offers to likers because it gets to the point where because it whittles it down after a while. You know, you can't send the same offer out over and over again, which is crap because you should be able to. Like it should send it to just the new people. You know what I mean? But yeah, we don't really do it. So maybe that's why we don't get a lot of Macari sales. But
I think so. Probably mine too.
The thing I've been noticing about Macari too is you actually get a lot of full price sales there as well, and it's usually with lower dollar items, you know, because they consider that maybe $8 through $15 sale items. Those are usually the ones that sell full price for me. At least no offers, no message, no nothing, just immediate buy. And then once you go higher, that's when you start getting offers and that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
I think that's where it is with Macari. That if you have those kind of low dollar items, it'll be perfect for you, but like maybe
we do. And the problem is you can't sell a lot of paper on Macari because they don't have an inexpensive shipping option. I mean, you can, but it doesn't sell. It doesn't seem to sell well on Macari. So that's the majority of our listings. So that's become a problem for cross listing. But when we have the shoes and everything and the magazines and stuff, they all get cross listed onto Macari. So I don't know. It's weird how it's working, but. Yeah, I mean, we're fine with where we're at. We had one of our best weekends ever, or well, not ever, but one of our best weekends in months this weekend. So, not complaining. And today wasn't bad either. I mean, it was for a Monday. It's not too bad. So.
Yeah, I mean, eBay wise for me, it was not great, but Poshmark wise, it was amazing. Basically, the amount I would get on eBay in one day, I actually got on Poshmark. So that's where cross-listing helped because it made up the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
eBay was pretty good with us too, man. We got pretty much half our 127 back already because of hats. Yeah.
Yeah, those hats.
Yeah, there's one sitting right there. Fire. There's one hat sitting right there ready to go out. But
what box do you put them
in? 10 by 8 by 6.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I think that we were putting them in. That is it the Walmart box or the eBay box? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We use the eBay box or the Walmart box for those. Now, my question to you is: so, do you? Because like we normally like push the back part into the brim and then put it in the box.
I leave them out. No, what I do is I shouldn't have packed that one, but I crumble up paper, put it up underneath it just so it holds the form, and I just lay it flat, and then that's how it rides.
Yeah, we've never sold vintage ones.
I put it in a clear one of the clear shirt bags too,
like this inside.
That's how I do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I do it too.
I leave it flat
but
out.
We don't sell vintage. I don't sell vintage hats, so that's why I was curious for vintage hats. If you
just because I mean, they like to see those things formed out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the problem I would have with vintage too is that it may hold that form if you push it back in. So
they do. They crease right there, so people get mad because they triangle on their forehead. Hat people are weird, you know.
They're like doll people.
Yeah, they're weird, but I've been shipping them like that for 3 years and never had one complaint. So.
No, that's true. We've never really sold vintage hats, but I'm always on the lookout for them because
if they buy 4 of them, I message them like, hey, I have to nest them in together because you want them, and they understand then. Because but if it's just one, I just lay it flat and it's good.
My dog's getting attacked over here.
I always hear you guys talking about the 3 stripes hat. Is it the ones that always have the 3 stripes here on the side?
No, they have 3 stripes on the side.
Yeah.
So they have the 3 stripes on the sides.
You two said the same thing.
I don't get sarcasm.
It's the same picture.
Hold on, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So does it matter? Does it matter the way the stripes are, horizontal or vertical?
I think they'll always look just like that, but different colors, obviously.
Yeah. Never. So you do not.
Up, Jimmy.
Oh no! Don't blow me up, please. No.
You're
Yeah, this is still made in USA, but this is a tiny 3-striper. So generally they're spaced out a little bit farther, but this is still 3-striper. But don't ever have a hat listing like this. It'll never sell.
No, true. I've seen a bunch of those too. Or when they're on the dummy and the dummy's too small. That's always my favorite.
Yeah, where they're like sitting like what's going on here? But...
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, those are. I always am out on the lookout for them, but I have yet to see any. So, Tommy says clothing you can get toasted. People shrink clothing. That's true. Squeeze 100 pounds into a 10-pound bag all the time. That's right. Bearded Poketuber. Makari goes in waves for me. I'll have a great week, then a shite week. Yep. Makari's been great for me. Yeah, we haven't. Tommy says, Ed, I'd love to look at your store. I don't get how with 1,500 shoes or whatever you know sale.
I'll send it to you on Instagram, Tommy. I don't really like to put it out there just yet. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think I know why I do it, and I'm aware of it. But I'll explain it to you later.
Home good kids and athletic wear do really well. Makari, those are my top categories. That would explain a lot why we kind of died off because we don't have a lot of athletic wear anymore. What size box was that again, Jimmy? Shorty resell once.
10 by 8 by 6.
Yeah.
I'm noticing on Makari too. They're trying to promote a lot of furniture sales now because I guess they partnered with somebody else again, but this is with a bigger company. It's not a Uber, so it's like a.
And it's always good to have
that.
What
trying to do now.
On hats too.
Okay.
You got the same stickers we did.
Hey, those were $8 on Amazon, man, for 500 of them.
500 of them for $8.
I was like,
all right.
Yeah, you can't beat that. But yeah.
Well, we put them on the Cabbage Patch ones because when we ship Cabbage Patch, like they're sitting on the bottom of the box, so I don't want them to slice the Cabbage Patch's butt. So eBay's been bananas. I think I had my highest days payout ever today. Only listed 20 all week. Being sick, really wish I would have been healthy to capitalize on fully. Yeah. In my time, we bent the rims. Now and everyone wears them flat. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
you could.
We used to have them. We used to have them like in the 90s. They were like so over your eyes that like you couldn't see above you, and like no one could see your eyes. Like I wore a hat for like a year of my life because like it was like the cool thing, and I hated it. I still to this day don't wear hats. Even when I was landscaping, I got the big sun hat, to keep like the sun off of my. What is going on? What's going on out there?
I think she's about ready to do it. I think she's gonna do a Instagram post where they do the fight of the animals.
Do you want to fight? Do you want to catch these hands?
Dude, I die every
the
time.
Dog and then the cat behind.
Yeah, I think one of the cats is going after the dog.
They're all freaks.
If the stripes go a different direction, you may have above the legal limit. Don't drive.
Right.
It's true. So what do you use to open if you shouldn't use a sharp object? Your finger. Peel that tape off the side.
If I can't do it, I just use my car keys or any kind of keys I find.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that sticker will save you from negative feedback, everything. Because before I started doing that, I may have copied off of another reseller with those stickers, to be honest with you. But anyways, I had somebody slice a hat, and I had to refund them. So.
Really?
Yeah. Same with these bags, like the clear plastic bags.
Oh, with the warning, yeah.
Well, not the suffocation warning, I'm sure would save you. I don't think you're going to get a negative feedback that my child died because of your bag.
You never know. I'm just saying.
You might get a subpoena, but I don't think you're going to get a negative.
I'd be like, I think you need to go back to parental classes for giving your kid a plastic bag. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But no, for weather. So like if somebody leaves the box like out in the rain or something like that and it gets wet, especially if it's something, like even if shoes, same thing. Like shoes take forever to dry. That's what we had. One lady that they set her cabbage patch in like a puddle and then it rained on it the whole time, and she's like, hey, she goes, I'm not going to give you negative feedback. She goes, but maybe you should consider getting some plastic bags for the dolls just so, in case the post office sets them in the rain. She's like, I know they shouldn't, but she's like, I just thought and ever since then we're like, yeah, we definitely should do that. So we did. So
yeah. That's what I use for backpacks too, is like to some it just shows that at least you care, but then like you said, in that case it could get wet, and backpacks take forever to get dry also.
Yeah.
So I ended up I had the really big ones. I think they were like 24 by 24, probably a little bit less. And I just right now, so what I'm just doing now is I'm just putting 2 poly mailers together, and hopefully that'll be better than nothing.
Yeah, the bags are pretty cheap actually. The clear ones, they're not that expensive. I think they're like I think they're like $10 for 100. But you don't need the really well for shoes. You would.
For shoes, I just use a poly bubble wrap.
Yeah, that would work.
I use 3 squares of bubble wrap, and that's all I need, and then it's all fine.
Just as long as it's kind of water resistant, I think it shows an effort. But Christopher says the cabbies are alive and running around the house. That would be I would probably be checking out here for a little while. What's up, Mark?
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, I always cringe when I see resellers just stuff an item in a mailer without a clear poly. I may have OCD, but I clear poly everything. See. You know what? We don't clear poly unless it's a valuable one. If it's a valuable one, it goes in a poly. But t-shirts, they go right in here.
You don't double bag them?
No.
Oh
no.
I use a clear poly for clothing. It just bugs me because I feel like that scenario too. If it gets wet or anything, they're gonna come back to you.
Yeah. But what are the chances of it getting wet through this?
It still can.
They do.
Yeah. All it takes is that one little slit. And then once that slit happens, it opens up the whole thing.
We
and
used to.
They come out with a shirt that's dirty, and then that shirt may have a cut as well.
Yeah, we used to do it. We used to have all of our t-shirts in those clear poly bags, and they would sit just in that way. And we just kind of stopped doing that because it was getting to the point where like we had all these shirts. And I think what actually stopped it was Whatnot. Because what happened is when we went on Whatnot, we were selling a few of the shirts that were in our inventory, so we took them all out of poly bags. So I think that's what actually stopped it. But it might be a good idea to get back to it. You're probably right.
Yeah.
So,
but do you still sell clothing in S's like you did before, or is it just like so and so?
No, we do. I mean, we still have a bunch. The bins behind me, not this first one, but the middle ones and the ones on the end are closed, and then there's 5 or 6 bins downstairs, so they're still closed. And this is actually a good tip for people that don't want to spend a lot of money. The bread bags from Walmart are actually really cheap.
Is that like $3.98 for 100 of them?
Yeah, I thought it was 200, but yeah, they work. The only thing with them is they don't. You got to.
Yeah, they don't have the suffocation warning, and you have to tie them. Yeah. But I think what people probably do is they just tape they just tape it closed.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I know there's a few resellers that I know that use those bread bags, and they love them, and they're cheap. So yeah, that's a benefit. But yeah, we probably should go back to it, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, we're doing it for Cabbage Patches. See, the thing is, though, is a lot of the t-shirts we sell now are $7-8 t-shirts, and it's like once I pay for this, that's a couple, 30 cents, and then another 30 cents for the bag, and then whatever, my time and stuff. So now I'm almost a quarter of my profit in when I haven't even moved. So that's why. But you're right, it does look more professional. So
yeah,
those blue ones are these poly mailers are awesome. If we could find them again with this little thing, they're super thick and they're really durable. But haven't had a complaint yet. But probably going into the winter, probably not a bad idea. We store ours in poly. Yep, I clear poly shirts. It just seems weird to me not to. Yeah, clear poly nothing. Clear poly on t-shirts also makes it easier to inventory and pull and ship, because then you don't have to fold it. You just stuff it in there. And store, ship, then we ship. All my inventory is in clear polys with inventory stickers, no matter what it is. Just saving the dust and lint alone is worth it. True.
I really want to see Tommy's inventory system. I know he mentioned it last time.
Yeah. We barely sell t-shirts now, I would say. Yeah, we still sell some clothes. I mean, I think I pack up at least 10 a week. When Adam gets a sale and something to ship, he'll figure it out.
Wow.
That's pretty much how I conduct my life right there. So the video I'm shooting either tomorrow or Wednesday morning. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, but this is the most prepared I've ever been for a video, like written things down, and I have screenshots and things that I want to read off of. So this is like the most preparation I've ever done going into a video. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, I bet it's going to suck because I'm so used to not having like any sort of script. I'm like, this is going to be terrible.
Promote the video on Facebook on the groups that let you.
I might.
Yeah.
If not, I'll do it for you.
Okay, do that. We sell clothes. We do. Yeah. I basically only sell clothes and never use clear bags. And on Amazon, 1,000 high-end clear polys, 12 by 15 by 15 and a half for shoes, 75 free ship. The boxery is seller much cheaper than bubble wrap and less space. There you
go. I actually get a bunch of my stuff from the boxery, so I'll check that out actually.
Cabbage Patch are worth bags, t-shirts are not. Ching, Poshmark sale. That's right.
Nice.
Well, the only reason Bearded PokeTuber got it and no one else did is because Bearded PokeTuber probably hit the like button. He's one of the 9 people out of the 22 watching. So hit that like button, guys.
I hit it.
I did too. Yeah. I'm waiting for. Oh, and I already got my sale. It's a good one.
And guess what I got? I got a message about a sale.
Ooh, but we sold a. Oh. No, we sold one of the postcards I just organized. I just bulk organized a bunch of postcards, and then so yeah, my sale was $3.75. So,
I'll be ready to list us as soon as the live's over. Let's see.
What is that you have underneath there? Is that a log?
I will show you here in a minute. See? Watch this. Ready? Look at that, dude.
That's pretty cool. Huh?
I still got to work right here on it, but this is an antique cowboy hat form where they used to put the brims over on the head. So
it looked like wood. I was like, what?
So yeah, I can actually press, like when I'm pressing, I can actually press, up against it. So,
look at that, fancy. Tommy says just racks of 36 by 8 by 8 boxes, and everything goes in them other than a few really big items. Pertaining prep for videos, we know. Yeah.
How does that fit though? So I'm looking at the boxes right now. Maybe
does he nest them together and slide them?
Because I'm very interested now. Maybe I might just have to switch my whole inventory system then.
Woo.
I mean, I've done it before, and I could do it again.
I picked a box of postcards because I got these like little file markers, put a little letter up here, which by the way, these are too small because the problem is this. Here's the postcard. Here's the file thing.
It's too big. I mean, too little.
Oh,
see. So it's a little too small. So I'm doing it like this, and then I'm going to buy new ones. But I picked a box of postcards and started going through them and organizing them, and it's mind numbing. You're just like. And I thought after a while I'd start memorizing where most of them are, but so many of them look similar. And like some of the, like, I don't know. To me, like, I'm trying to find something that's just as mundane as it can be. Like the old postcards, some of them are just the dumbest thing. Like if somebody sent me, I don't know, this one's it's Indian. It's a battle. There's ones of like just roads, like going through the mountains with trees on either side, and you're like,
right.
Like, okay, out of all the postcards you could have sent, you sent me one with just a road. So I don't know. Some of them were just dumb, and then some of them are really cool, really awesome, and really creative. But then like the one I sent Jimmy one of Dayton, Ohio, earlier today, and that's pretty. Like that's a scenic view.
Now today. I'm not bashing Dayton, Ohio. I'm just saying it's changed a lot.
It doesn't look like that anymore.
Probably a lot more buildings, you know. I mean,
I was actually thinking, it would be a really cool thing to do, but it would take forever, and like it would be one of those things that just you could never really do all that many at a time. But it would be really cool to, like, people do that photo thing where they hold up an old photo and then pull it down and like, this is what it looks like today. Like it would be awesome to do it with those postcards. But first of all, it would be so hard to find half of them because most of them don't exist anymore. And then the other thing is like, it just, everything looks so different. You're going back, like, most of those photos that people do that with are from the 70s, 60s, 50s, or maybe 80s. But man, from the 40s and 30s, there's no way that looks anything like that. Like, I would bet Jimmy goes, you work in Dayton, don't you?
Yep.
Like, I bet you could drive around for the next 3 years and not find that location of that postcard.
Actually, while I was sitting in the rabbit bar trying to think, I'm like, where's this at? So I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
So we've got an old timer there. He's about to retire he's retiring at 75, and I'm like, why are you retiring at 75, man? You should have been gone
10 years ago.
So I'm gonna take that picture and ask him if he knows where it's at.
Yeah. It says, what did it say? Miami River, across the Miami River or something.
I'm thinking it kind of looks like should be like right where the art museum's at right now. Yeah,
it's got to look a million times different because that's before Dayton got because it's tires and auto parts was big in Dayton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's before any of that boom really hit.
Yeah,
so it's 150 times, but it would be really cool to see what it looks like today. Let's see, steamer will bring that shape back fast if it's foam or intact.
Yeah, it is.
10 pairs of shoes per box on average, unless smaller shoes then fit a few more. So. It's hard when you put them back upside. I didn't put any upside down. I made sure they were all right side up this time. It would be time consuming, but inventorying the postcard starting with 00001. Yes. I'm not doing it individually. I'm trying to be able to bulk edit them all. So I'm doing lots of 20 and then doing letters. So bin description and the letter. So it says linen and white border A, and then there's only 20 postcards you have to look through, which you can do really quickly. And then B, 20 more, 20 more, 20 more, and then it just keeps going. But it's just time consuming. It's very time consuming. And Mark warned us. We should have done it from the beginning, and we did. So
I've been noticing that a lot of resellers are starting to get into postcards now. Like a lot of them.
It's weird. I
thought I would have won.
I was also thinking that, but here's the weird thing about postcards, and this is just my observation. So, like, all the collectible stuff that's really selling well right now is from the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, right?
Yep.
And that's because the people with all the money right now and the people that aren't looking at retirement are looking, and are starting to collect things from their childhood are my generation. Or our generation, basically. Yeah.
our generation.
Yeah. So, but postcards are not that. And it's weird that it's such a great collectible because these are, from the 40s and 30s. So most of the people that saw these are dead. So, and it's strange. It's very strange collectible that continues on.
Actually, I think it might be because since it's such a small item that is collectible, they can have it wherever they're living, because a lot of us have to live in very small spaces. So since it's small, it's something they can collect. It's not like our parents that they were able to collect, like, this old big furniture that they were able to have. We can't do that. Where are we going to put it? It's going to take all the house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
See, I bought a little lot of them to try them out, but I got depressed because we had some that you could actually read the backs of them. Like,
oh yeah.
So whoever this lady was that was getting them in the mail, like the family just traveled like all over all these countries. I was like, these people are living life, man. Just mailing these postcards, dude.
See, most of the, like, this one I can read, but like this is the majority. Like, look at this.
Oh,
yep. That's how it was with a lot of mine too. I was like, I was magnifying glass in it.
Oh, but yeah, no, I don't even read them anymore. So
because the penmanship makes my writing feel bad, like really bad.
A lot of them wrote shorthand too, which was a big thing in the 40s, 50s, and some of the 60s. And shorthands, they didn't teach us shorthand. Shorthand was kind of gone. It's basically abbreviations, like first 4 letters of a word, essentially, is what I think it is.
Right.
My mom told me what it was a while ago, and I've never seen it. No, I didn't even realize that. Sarah sent me a photo with nothing underneath it, and I was like, what is this? And she's like, it's a photo you bought. And I was like, oh, I'll show it to you in a second. Let's see. I did then and now shorts, and they did not do well. I concur. Yes, I gave warnings. Yes, I think postcards have a low barrier to entry. Like, they are cheap for the buyer and for the reseller. True. Yeah. Like, you guys do well because you have lots of information and the ability to research, but will others do well? Who knows? Yeah, it does take a little bit more commitment, but once you get it down, you're on it. I mean, you can get it rolling. Yeah, apparently I bought this photo. You want to see it?
Yeah. What is going on?
Why?
So I can get this to focus a little better.
Please tell me you're going to try to sell that.
Oh, we're selling it.
But why?
What in the... I mean, there's so much to unpack there.
Is that a Monsters Inc. hat? Is that what's going on right there?
Please support Belmont PTO.
Oh man, I hope that's not Belmont, Ohio. Okay.
It could be. And
which is outside of Dayton, so it could be.
Village. Do you have a company called Village Lumber? I didn't realize I was still on the big screen. I was staring at my bald head.
Let me look.
Yeah, and then there's like these fluffy button thing going on. There's something going on there.
That's funny though.
She sent it to me with no caption, and I'm like, "What is this?" And she's like, "It is from Ohio."
Thank God. People in Ohio is a bunch of weirdos.
It's true. Pittsburgh ain't much better, but what about the future of postcard buyers? I mean, does anyone younger than 60 buy postcard? What happens in 15 to 20 years when most are gone? Will the next generation want them? See, I don't think it is 60 plus buyers.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I really honestly think I'm sure Mark's got the numbers on it, but I would venture a guess that my buyers range from 60 to 20. Yeah. Because a lot of younger people like these for decorations because they like vintage stuff. So
yeah,
that and some people, they want like the way that maybe the mountains look before they started putting all these buildings. Like maybe they want postcards from Big Bear Lake before they started putting all that housing and stuff up there.
Right.
They wanted to see how it looked before all that happened.
Yeah. I don't think it is. I really don't think it's. I think we do get a lot of sales from people that are 60 and older, but I would say the majority of it's 50 and under. It's just a guess, but I'm fairly certain. So, Mountain State's laughing. Someone will buy the clown. I think so too. What's up, Mountain State? Thanks for coming.
Hello.
Postcard is one of the top 3 collecting hobbies, along with stamps and coins. There you go. But
like you said, it's one of the cheapest things you can collect.
It is. Yeah, especially coins. Coins are tough, especially if they're silver. Forget it. I mean, every auction we look at that have coins, if they're so every auction that we look at, if there's coins, because that are all silver, but pre-73 I think are going to be silver. Well, the half dollars,
64.
Okay. Those go for more than the silver price every time, over what an ounce of silver would cost. Like if you broke it down to what the coin weighs versus what an ounce of silver costs, every time they're more expensive. And it's because everybody's hedging their bets, saying that silver's going to go up, and they're probably right. But so that's really what amazes me, and that's why collecting coins is so hard. Because people are just paying to get junk silver, and because we have tons of silver coins just sitting in our safe because you never know. So
it's always hard to figure out what the next big collectible thing is going to be first, because it was just a few months ago that sealed VHSs were big, and now you barely see them anymore.
Yeah, true. Asking because I have no clue. I love data. Auction professor tells me it's dying and the sky is falling. I think you're being sarcastic. I hope you're being sarcastic about that.
Please let us know.
My YouTube viewers in 55 and over. Are you saying most of my YouTube viewers are 54 and over? But are young people who aren't resellers shopping at auctions? No, I don't think so.
Some are. At least in my area.
You mean no auctions, meaning like, estate auctions and such.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't seen anybody just show up and be like, "Oh, I'm so glad I got this at an auction." Most people, I feel like this generation is more of the "give it to me now" generation. So they want kind of an instant gratification, and having to wait a couple days to pick it up, or wait for the auction to close is just not their speed. So,
and that's what I was gonna say too. That most of us, at least in my age range, we're like, no, I want it now. Sometimes I don't even want to bother. If say I were to shop on Amazon, it doesn't say it's gonna get here either today or tomorrow. I just go look for something else like it's gonna guarantee the next day at least.
Yeah,
it's just a mentality thing, and I'm pretty sure Amazon has a lot to do with that. But it's just
my generation created that problem.
Yeah, we want instant use of whatever it is we buy as soon as we buy it, because we want it in our hands then and there.
Well, you have that. You have Amazon, and then you have the ability to pretty much watch a movie whenever you want. If you have the money to pay for it, you can almost watch anything right away, unless it's something that just came out. And even during COVID, there was a few things that you could watch immediately that just came out. And I know HBO said they were going to back off that plan. They weren't going to do that anymore and keep things going back to theaters. Peacock said the same thing, which I was okay with because we don't go to the movies. So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I think you'd make more money that way. But I don't know. Maybe the theaters had something to say about that. But High Bid is what we use as well. It's the best, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tommy's laughing. Yes, 54 and over. So Mark, are you saying that the sky's falling on postcards and that we should be thinking about a bonfire at some point? What are you saying?
But also, YouTube viewers don't translate to sales either.
I don't think so either.
There's a lot of people, a lot of shoppers that don't even look at that stuff on YouTube because it bores them to be talking about it on video, but they like talking about it in person.
Yeah, I feel like the younger generation is really into vintage. because the stuff that they have to buy that's brand new 90% of the time is crap. And the made in the USA, whatever it is so much better than the junk that they have access to on a daily basis. And I feel like, and I understand it. I mean, like it's the same reason, like, I'll spend a little extra money on a liquid blue t-shirt versus anything else, because it's a better quality t-shirt. They're made well. Whereas, like, this shirt's actually not bad, but most of the, like, souvenir garbage shirts, they're that thin material that, it's 2 sizes smaller after you wash it, or something like that. And it's just, I can understand it. I mean, we see it all the time. Like, when we would go to the bins, there would be young girls there shopping, and you could tell just by looking at what they're wearing that all of that came from here. So
that's right.
Yeah,
I got my daughter and I Wednesday, because we got a break from the rabbits. I said, we're going to the bins, because she gave me a list of I'm like, we can go pick that up at the Goodwill bins, man. I said, people from UD go there all the time. Those girls and boys and stuff.
Yeah. And like when we were looking for clothes for back to school for our son, we go to what was it, Kohl's or something? They wanted $40 just for one pair of pants. I told her, it's like, we could go to the thrift store and get that pair of pants for $5. The only difference is it's not in style, but who cares? Right. It's a pair of pants.
She might.
she actually doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Wait till she gets older. She'll care. I remember when I begged my mom for my first pair of Jenko jeans, and those were like $56 back in the 90s. And I remember her looking at the price tag and going, no. And I'm like, I begged her, and she finally bought me a pair.
I remember that I wanted the black Dickies jacket. Back in, I was like a little emo kid or a rocker. So I wanted that black jacket.
I would have loved pictures.
She remembers too. So my mom went to go and actually look at the price for it, and she told me, $50 for this? I'm not getting you this. No, I was sad.
Yeah. I would love to see pictures someday.
I actually have them.
Oh, you got to do the teenage dirtbag thing on Reels.
I'll see. I know she has some pictures of me back in the day, so maybe I'll do it.
I mean, you saw mine. We couldn't get more embarrassing. The 12-year-old Adam sitting in I wasn't 12. I was 18, but I look like I'm 12. And I had hair.
With the Budweiser bottle.
It was a 40.
Yeah, you're like...
I'll never forget it. We went to visit a friend of mine in Wilkes-Barre. He was going to college, and he had this dumpy apartment off campus, and that's that plug that's in the background. Every time I see it, I cringe. I'm like, how did I not get electrocuted in the middle of the night with that plug? But yeah, oh man, I remember buying those 40s. I was so nervous. I can't believe they sold them to me. I look at myself and I'm like, I would have carded me too, but they didn't. I'd rather have 100 resellers fighting me at auctions versus 100 collectors. Collector play over the market. Resellers run out of money at auctions. Yeah, for sure. Same.
That happened to you, didn't it? With the pair of sneakers?
The shoes. A bunch of them. Yeah, they had collector Jordans, and those people were going way over eBay. And they were just hedging their bets and, probably going to throw them on Grailed or something and sell them for ridiculous money. So, but I don't know. People are spoiled.
I'd rather just do high bid, because I got to fight the Amish or Dunkers around here. Them dudes just buy everything. I'm like, what's going on here?
For those, we try to look for auctions that don't offer shipping. If they don't offer shipping, you're not going to get too many collectors. You're going to get collectors, but you might get one or two from the local area. But if they offer shipping, things are just going to get out of control real fast, especially with cabbage patches. Sarah found an estate sale in Maryland, the northern part of Maryland, so almost the middle of our state, just across the border. And this person had a bunch of new in-box cabbage patches. They didn't offer shipping. It was pickup only, but there was a couple collectors in there, and some of them went for stupid money. They had the big mouth, open mouth, teethy smile one, the one we sold for $200 some odd, new in a box, and it was up to like $370. So yeah, it was insane. Mark's saying no. Postcards been around since 1898 and still going strong. So there you go.
It's different now though because everybody can save it on their phones. So that's
you have to have data to help support decisions. True. Google Trends says postcard interest is down 19 points over the last 5 years. Not too bad. So there you go. I love that. Yeah, no. I love that my kid loves vintage. It's great for my wallet. It's true.
Yeah.
Same, Rosie.
Yeah, that's my 16-year-old. We're going to go look for vintage.
Because I've seen those jacket prices at the mall. No, thank you.
So there's your tip, Ed, right there. Get her into vintage now. Give her a Cabbage Patch. You know,
she's
make her play Nintendo.
She's getting all the bad stuff from the beginning. I don't have money for that. Whatever I find, that's what she's getting.
I'm saying, like, dress her up like an 80s kid now. Then like when she's older, she'll love vintage, and then
we are because some of the overalls that Rosie always finds, that's actually how we dress our daughter because we actually like that style for her too.
Oh, okay.
She actually knows she knows how to put it on and take it off. So that's where we're starting there. Problem
solved. When she gets older, 16 years old, you and her are gonna be at the thrift store. You're gonna be walking in with your walker.
Actually,
I'm not that old.
Ed could just make a trip to the Rose Bowl, man, because they have that Rose Bowl festival. I mean, vintage festival like all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
and they have $5 piles, man.
Yeah, but it's really expensive. So you have to pay for. I think you have to pay for parking. You have to pay the $20-$25 to even get in, and then they have like around 500 vendors. But it's expensive.
Just take your car.
Nobody walks in LA, Jimmy. Nobody walks in LA.
I watched YouTube videos. They were
on the Venice Beach area.
If you walk there, you're getting stabbed, or you're gonna have somebody screaming at you.
No, I believe it. No, I'm joking.
If you ever want to see a really bad, what was the word I'm looking for? Steve Martin, anyways, had a movie called LA Story, and it's all just making fun of LA in the most extreme way. And he's like, I'm going to go visit my best friend. He gets in his car, leaves the door open, and like drives down the road with his foot going like this, and goes down two doors, gets out of his car, locks his car, goes back.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
I mean, think about like this. I live 5 minutes walking to the convenience store. I get in my car.
Nobody, I'm telling you, even in the really wealthy areas, nobody walks in that town. There's the best in the very beginning of the movie. There's two things that are the most LA thing I've ever seen. There's a guy walking in flip-flops with a short sleeve shirt and a pair of shorts on, holding a Christmas tree. And then there's two old people that get their walkers in Beverly Hills, throw them in the back of the Ferrari, and take off. And I'm like, yeah.
And by the way, guys, I did send Adam and Jimmy pictures that they do lock up my socks and boxers in my area.
That was insane.
Is that the whole store is like that?
Yeah.
Can I show it? Do you mind if I show it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would quit if I worked there. I'd be like, man, you just got a freaking pair of socks, dude. I'm not going back. I about freaked out seeing socks. I was like,
and then some Walmarts, they actually have the baby stuff all behind glass as well. Just in that particular one, they didn't have it.
This is the aisle in Ed's Walmart.
It's all behind glass.
And this is what's in those things. That's socks and underwear is what they're glassing up, just so you know. It's not like this isn't like the video game section, it's socks. So that is it the whole store?
Most of the store. Like that it's mostly clothing that they seem to do it because I think that the homeless go in there, they just try to take it, so I think they just got tired of it. But they have the detergent.
How do you get what you want? Like if you saw a pair of socks there, do you have to ring a bell and somebody has to come and get it?
You have to wait. So we went yesterday because we went to do our daily stuff. We went and then we noticed there were a bunch of people waiting in the cleaning aisle. And in my head, I'm like, what's going on here? And then I looked to my side and then I remember it's like, oh right, the detergent is all behind glass. So you have 10 people waiting for one person to come open the glass door.
There should be a Walmart worker standing at least one per every 2 aisles. Like, because if you have to page some, what are they doing? They're sitting in the back room waiting to hear the bell, like, or is it like a manager or something of the department, and that poor person's doing that, ringing people up or whatever else? Oh, God, That would be murder.
Yeah.
There's 6 million listings with postcard in the title on eBay. Jeez, that's not a good thing. Sold is what important. There you go. We have more proxy bid auctions here. Oh yeah, proxy bids are. You mean live upstate scavenger? Or are you talking about like people that just come and jack the price up and then don't buy it? Max sold should be good for PA and Northeast. True. No one should get into postcards. They're terrible things to sell no money. Yeah, I agree. I'm with Mark on that one. The only downside of my reselling is somehow my kid always volunteers us for finding props / costumes for a theater department. Well, man. I got a good clown outfit you can model after if you want. Does anyone make a full-time living on postcards alone with no outside income, pension, spouse, second job, selling other items as well? I only know a few people, so I have no clue. That would be pretty tough. That'd be really hard to do. You'd have to have, you could, but you'd probably have to have 50 to 75,000. Well, probably over 100,000 listings, if not more than that. I mean, you'd have to have an insane amount of postcards.
How many would you have to sell daily? Over 50, maybe?
Oh, you'd have to sell. I mean, you figure that on average you're making $4 per. So no, it would be. You'd have to have almost 500,000 listings to do it full time. It would be insane. Yeah. I mean, the only benefit is 500,000 listings could fit in this room, but
that is true. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I would never do Mark, same thing. I only look for VW postcards since they aren't checking anyone out. Oh, both. So you're saying with the proxy bids? Yeah, that sucks. So it's more for a hobby, Mark. All the people I see in Jackass Retro Chat are always crying about sales. It's baffling to me from the outside watching. Yeah.
But I mean, everybody's always crying about sales only because they're not getting any. And then you have the opposite side saying, it's like, I'm getting amazing sales. I was like, I don't know.
Well, and this is just my opinion, and I know Mark might differ on it, but Mark's in a different situation, and I'm not talking about Mark's financial situation because it's not my place. But I did selling postcards full time would be very, very difficult. It could be done, but the amount of listings you'd have to have and then you'd have to maintain would be insane. And you'd flood the market. So it would be that might even be worse. But I'd say no to your answer, Tommy. There's no way. But the people in Jackass Retro that are always crying about sales, postcards are not fast sellers. If you're going into selling postcards thinking they're going to be fast sellers, you're kidding yourself. Because they're not. They're a great supplemental income. They're great for, like with us, they work really well because we sell a lot of ephemera. So we do get people that buy like a bunch of ephemera from us or some pictures from us and postcards or something like that. So it kind of goes together. But they're nice because you have 2 or 3 a day, maybe 5 a day or whatever. And it's a nice extra $20-$30 in your pocket or whatever it is. And that's why we do it. And they're easy to get and they're easy to sell. There's not a lot of questions. The people that make offers are typically not unreasonable. Yeah, in fact, I don't think I've ever gotten a low ball postcard offer. And if I did, it was like a real picture that we were asking $50 for, and somebody didn't think it was worth that or something like that. But for the most part, they're reasonable people. So there you go. There's my spiel.
There you go. You good?
I'm good. I'm fine. The sell-through rate's about 2%. I feel like these people have a false idea of what to expect sometimes, but that's in every category. Yes.
Yeah,
we talked about that a lot a couple weeks ago.
And like I said, I do blame YouTubers for it because they make it look easy, and it's not easy. And in a way, I'm kind of happy that it's happening where a lot of resellers are leaving because that's less competition for me. But it's like a lot of people, they're just showing you the good stuff. They don't see the actual hard thing. The hard stuff that happens, like you see somebody go to a thrift store, they find 3 amazing things, but how do you know that person wasn't in that thrift store for 4, 5, 6 hours? You don't know.
Right.
Same thing with the bins. How do you know they find these amazing things and the video makes it 10 minutes? You're good, but in reality, they were there maybe 10 hours for all you know.
Oh yeah. It all depends on the area too. I think, like certain areas have, like there's almost, certain areas you can almost get good stuff all the time. Like in our area, there's certain things you can get almost all the time. Like ephemera is a great example of that. We can probably find ephemera with no problem in this area for the rest of our lives because there's a lot of people. This area is a very blue collar town. You know, it came from the steel mills and everything like that, and people kept everything. You know, I didn't understand it, and I still don't understand it. But like when my grandparents passed away and we cleaned out their house, we found Life magazines. We found all this old like magazines of Kennedy, magazines of this postcards, all this stuff, and it just, for whatever reason, this area people collect and hang on to a lot of things, and so it's just very easy to find around here. But like another good example is what's his name from Northern California, Part-Time Pickers. He lives in that area of Oakland and Richmond and right across the bay where there's a ton of money up there, like a ton of money. And if he goes to those garage sales up there, those people don't care. They're going to be blowing whatever it is they can out of their house just to get it out of their house because they could care less. They were sitting in $2-3 million mansions. They could care less.
The stuff that I see him picking up is insane.
Yeah, but again, it's the same story. Like, you know, how long was he out that day? You know, or that's a compilation of 6 days or whatever it is. That's part of the reason when we started YouTube and we started filming a lot, like that's part of the reason we don't do a lot of like out thrift store hauls and things like that, because it's too complicated. You got to spend almost as much time. Like you get to the point where like you're just trying to find something because you want to make a video. You know what I mean? And so you keep driving around hoping that you can find something to put in a video to make it a little more entertaining. And that's just the wrong way to go about your business, in my opinion. You know, and I know YouTube's a business, but at some point, you know, you got to kind of tip the scales in one direction and go, okay, this one makes a lot more money than this one. I'm going to focus here and a little less here. So.
And I think a lot of people, especially the new ones, they want to focus more on the YouTube part than the reselling part. So you see them picking all this stuff up, but they're probably not even selling it. Or if they do get it, it's probably in their death pile for another 6 months because they're more worried.
Right there.
They're more worried about making videos.
Don't get too close to it. Or else we'll be talking to Jimmy coming to us live from underneath a bunch of bins.
We're good. I want to go with the Sarah system she sent me today, where I can start putting all my rows.
Be like, so what do you think, Jimmy?
You just need my cat to jump on the little phone.
Yeah, it's over. You'll see the bins and then the cat come flying down.
That dude loves to climb, man. I'm like, get down.
It blows my mind when someone can be full time and be so niche down. Well, we are, and it works.
It's because you guys got all the time in the world. Next, anyways, okay. I'm joking. It's not.
Eyes really itchy today.
I'm being funny.
Must be allergies. YouTube definitely has a way of making it seem like they're doing much better than in reality. True.
And also YouTubers, they show gross, not net. That net is probably 75% less than what they're actually showing you.
At least 30. Roughly 30% left. It depends. They could be just dumping all the cash into a bank account in the Caymans, which I might look up soon. But does that come with a routing number and an account number? I can just put it in my eBay store. Can I get a debit card with it? If I sell 70 a day, that's about 20K a year, 25K a year, and 40 to 45% profit on a postcard would be okay. True. Totally agree, Kami. There are a lot of people in the morning show that don't understand the insane amount of work you have to put into reach those numbers. It's not easy nor for everyone. Very, very true. You can probably find some good cast iron skillets up there in PA. Yeah.
Oh, we have them everywhere. I just don't want to mess with them.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
The problem is you're competing with a lot of collectors and a lot of old timers that just want them because they're Griswold or want them because they're whatever. Yeah. And so we got there was an auction that we got one or two of them, and one of them ended up being cast aluminum. And that's why nobody bought it. And then the other one was a Griswold, but I think the guy was out of money. We got decent money for it, but it's just it's not. Do you have the same problem?
Oh yeah,
Jimmy. Yeah, the old timers love those cast iron skillets, especially if they're already seasoned and you can tell they're seasoned.
Yeah. Or my favorite part is I will see a name like a Griswold man. I'm like, oh look, and it's all rusted. I'm like, come on. I don't know how to restore them though, so that's Robert does. He restores them. So.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it either. I know. I've seen a
tell
bunch of TikTok videos of people putting them in dishwashers and everybody in the comments section freaking out.
See, my family's from West Virginia. I know you don't do that. You definitely
don't. The other TikTok video is the guy dropping the cast iron skillet into a sink full of soapy water.
Yeah, you're supposed
it's like
to.
Nails down. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh man, my grandmother would have taken that cast iron skillet out of that soapy water and smashed me in the head with it if I did that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's a nice shape one here, you're not paying for it. I mean, you are paying for it, but it's out of my budget.
Yeah, for sure. Hard to watch because I have no patience for ignorance. Same. Let's see. Talking to ourselves. We really aren't niched down though. Kind of, but not. Yeah, I guess we're not just one thing. We're not a one-trick pony, that's for sure. I know Matt personally very well. He's probably the most underrated picker on YouTube. He has a very demanding full-time job. His wife stays at home with the kids. He doesn't fluff his videos at all. Who's Matt? Who are we talking? Oh, Matt. Part-time pickers. Okay. Yeah. I could understand that. He seems that way. It's his area that allows him to have what he has or get what he gets, because I know his area. I'm from there. And that area has got tons of money. I mean, to give you an example, most of the Raiders and the Warriors live up where he picks, in the hills in Oakland. Oh. So and then on the opposite, so there's the Caldecott tunnels, and then you're in the northern part of Oakland where all the hills are. And then if you go through the tunnels into the other side, Lafayette, California, Walnut Creek, and all the other three, they're extremely wealthy areas. So he tries to put every fail or mistake purposely. Yeah.
I'm in the ghetto, so all I get is bad stuff.
Matt, thank you. I always want to put soap on it now. No. You don't even get the soap near it. You don't even look at the soap and then look at the skillet at the same time.
No, please don't.
Can't do it. It's just bad, especially with the one I use for smoking. No, smoked mac and cheese in that skillet.
Yeah, I remember when Craigslist was popular, when people used to post all the time on there.
Yeah.
And around here, someone's like, freshly cleaned with a Brillo pad. You're like, what? Oh my goodness.
Well, you can use not a Brillo pad because they have the soap in them, huh?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they got that purple stuff on there.
Yeah, no. It's basically commenting. We have the the restaurant style steel wool that we'll use on it. Yeah, that's fine. But
the Brillo pads, no, that's not good.
The other option, the other thing I've seen is people just stick them in fires and burn all the excess whatever off of it, and then rinse it underwater. Seen that happen before too. I guess it works. I mean, I guess it's an old cowboy way of cleaning them. Just burn it all off. When in doubt, burn it off.
Stick it in the oven.
Yeah. I've said before, if I was full-time and depending on reselling for a living, I'd be on the road a lot. And I mean a lot, with a big mother truck. My wife unload the truck and list it all. There you go. Prenup. Yeah, you need a prenup for that. His house is like 1,000 square feet and runs $800K in the Bay Area. He has to be taking reselling seriously. Yeah. The unfortunate part about it is if he runs $800K in the Bay Area, that's the equivalent of making like 120 anywhere else in the world. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, no, he's a good dude. I've never had any problem with him. There's a few people that I would say Ed's spot on with, as far as, them showing the best of the best and nothing else. There's also a few people that show nothing and teach people the wrong way of doing things unbeknownst to them. So it's not Jimmy either.
All right there.
It's right there. It's
there's a purpose for this. Just let everybody know this.
Is that
if you watch my Saturday video, right now is the time my life is crazy with all my kids right now. It's going to be nuts. So I won't be able to source. So this is like, well, my 127, I'll actually be able to backtrack in all these totes and source from myself.
Good idea, actually. Yeah.
So that's why I depend on 127. And then there's another big community garage sale right after 127, and then the Knights of Columbus and this small little town that they'll have fill bags up for $1 of like bags of clothes and hats, and so.
Do you actually know what the Knights of the Columbus do, or what are they?
I know we used to get drunk and play co-ed softball there. That's about all I know. That's about all I know. I really don't know. I don't know if they're like Masons. I don't know.
I'm assuming they're an Italian-based something or other. That makes
Probably.
sense because he was Italian, or was he Italian or Spanish? Christopher Columbus was he was Italian.
He was I thought he was Spanish. I don't know. I know he wasn't a Viking because he made them mad.
Yeah. You think he was Spanish, Ed?
I think so.
I think he was Spanish.
I thought he was Italian, but he went to the King of Spain to get funding for
Detroit. Not bad.
Kevin, are you in the chat? I'm joking. Commonwealth.
Let's see here.
He was a history teacher.
You can use the Brillo for the initial cleaning, then season. So, according to the Upstate Scavenger, the expert.
My grandma's a hillbilly, says no. I'm joking.
I think it's also time at the time you put into it. I live in a not wealthy area and find great stuff all the time, but I also usually spend at least an hour, often more, at the store. Yeah, true. When I get home from going east in a few weeks in October, I'll be heading west for a week, hitting small towns and stuff. That's cool. That'll be fun, actually. Someone just sent $1 offer on a postcard. I said thanks. No,
that was me.
Welcome. That was you. Yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot of postcard offers because I just bulk listed about 150 postcards. So
that was literally me. So don't.
Was it really you? Oh, it was. I didn't. I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, it was me. Yeah, she sent back 424 or something. I was like, okay, thanks. No, you're like nobody's ever sent you a low ball offer. I was like, got it. She's like,
what happened? Why is it? I swear to God, we took this thing off twice now.
What happened now?
No, I swear the shirt. That's French. I'm sorry, I'm talking through the mic through there. The French Connection shirt. I swear we've canceled twice now. So I don't know. Anyways, same here. I live 55 miles south of Chicago, and just going 20 miles north, my house is worth a lot. Well, who canceled it? Adam, I think you're right. Queen of Spain paid for the expedition. I think that's right. I grew up in the Knights of Columbus. They are a Catholic men's group who focus on charity and service. Okay. Anyways,
and you can get drunk and play co-ed.
Apparently, you have to have cash on hand to buy houses here in Maine. People are offering 10 to 20% more than asking by offering all cash. Wow, I'm right. Aha, I'm right. He was Italian. Went to the Queen of Spain. She financed it, and he was supposed to bring back spices from because Columbus thought he was going to India.
Correct.
He didn't think there was another continent over there. He thought he'd just go around and back to Asia. So he thought he was going to India and he was going to pick up spices. And then he was like, what is this? And that's actually why we call Native Americans Indians.
Yes.
Which is ding. By the way, I ordered a bell for the lives for whenever people make points or something. I'm going to ring a bell. It's supposed to come tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait.
I had one here too.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. There is a postcard listed for 99 cents free shipping or best offer out there.
Why?
That's the I want to get rid of it price.
Nice.
We've sold things at a loss to get rid of it.
Oh yeah.
Just because it was, but most of them were bigger things because we just wanted it the hell out of here because it was taking up too much space. But postcards, I don't think I'd ever do that because
candles.
Yes. Well, we actually took a loss. We took a loss on a photo today because Sarah accidentally put it in eBay standard envelope, and you can't use eBay standard envelope, so eBay won't even let you do it. It kicks it over to first class. So they paid 93 cents to ship something that was $5, and we paid $3.90 to ship it. So I think we made like 75 cents on it. So yeah,
hey, profit's a profit.
Tommy says that I sent you 2 pics on IG of the boxes.
I'll check it after the live because my daughter has my phone right now.
She's checking it out. Sorry, I'm not perfect.
You're human. No.
Believe it or not.
Yeah. No,
Kelly said,
yeah. I've sold stuff for a loss, but I mean, you would think it's a loss, but I mean, it depends what we sold in front of it, right? I mean, on the haul. So it was like, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Time for it to go.
I was actually going to ask, do you think I mean, I don't think it'll get to that point, but do you think postcards might get to some point like Pokemon cards? Like where some vendors are going to be asking outrageous prices for postcards only because they've seen that it's selling for a decent amount on eBay or wherever.
I can tell you with 100% certainty that there's a YouTuber out there that does that. His name was mentioned back in the chat a few things back, but yes, no, I don't think so. I don't think you're ever going to get like, I don't know, grading postcards and things like that. You could, most of them, I mean, I guess you could get some, but like, I mean, we have boxes of brand new ones that are just have never been posted. And I don't know how you'd even grade something like that. Because, I mean, most of these things went through the mail. So they've been beat up and bent and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. I don't think so. But I mean, I know the rarity would certainly could get there. But oh wait, there actually are graded postcards.
How much do graded postcards go for, Mark?
I have no idea. I've never even seen it, but that's insanity. If you can buy postcards cheap enough, you should never sell at a loss. 6 years, never sold a postcard for a loss. Yeah, we normally don't take a loss unless we put the wrong shipping amount on it, which we very seldom do. Idea for next year, aesthetic photo / postcard packs, nature, music, college towns, and calling them dorm decor packs.
That's true.
Good idea. Look up Mickey Mantle holiday postcard. Do I have to? Okay. Mark told me I have to, so I have to. Mickey Mantle. I'll just say
you got like
Mickey
you
Mantle
got a huge
holiday
name
postcard.
in that. Yeah, you got a huge name in that title too. So
yeah, you'd think it would probably be something. It's probably they probably made a ton.
The 1958 graded one.
Well, there's two graded ones. There's a 1962 graded one. Wow.
I just see the 1958.
$725 buy it now. And then that's a PSA 7.
One is for 1,034.
Jeez.
EX5, whatever that means.
But you can. This doesn't make any sense. So there's a PSA 7, $725 with an authenticity. It's great, guaranteed. And then there's a PSA 6 that's $177. And then without it being graded, there's one for $49. That hasn't been posted. That's insanity. Whoa.
There's one that's sold on eBay. Supposedly
there's one signed for $4,000.
Oh, that's cool.
See, and that's probably why PSA grades that one, because it's sports related.
Yeah, probably.
So there's no company that's grading like circular bridge from track below Mount Low Railway in California. It's probably near you, man. Yeah, that looks gold rushy. Mount Low.
Never heard of it.
LOWE. I think that looks gold rushy, actually. That's probably Northern California. Let's see. Good evening, gents. What's up, Ping? Thanks for coming in. Recouping some of my money on a bad day is better than nothing. That's true. 57.50. That's the magic number. Cough. Auction professional. Cough. Holiday and summer graded. That's crazy. The only things I ever take a loss on are items I thrifted for personal use, but it's a loss if my kid wore it for 6 months. That's not a loss. You got your money's worth out of them. I sell everything. I still have left that is. I still have some things. I imagine some things left that isn't shoes for whatever I can move it. Make room as fast as possible. It's long been paid for. It sucks at time, but the space feels amazing. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked it up. You would want to get a grade or encapsulate the high-end Halloween cards. There's a couple of cards that go for $2,000 a piece, and they are hard to come by. Can't sell on eBay. It's a Black Americana. Holiday Inn paid for the rights to use his name. The Joplin, Missouri Holiday Inn. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. What did I didn't look at the solds. Did any of them?
No, I didn't actually see.
I didn't see the solds.
Mark says that there are solds.
I would imagine a Mickey Mantle fan would buy it. $400 for the black and white one. Yeah, $1,550. Someone let one go with 8 bids. $95, 20. Yeah, nobody's paying $4,000 for it though.
So what was the highest? The highest. I mean, I'm pretty sure these are fake, but they're saying 115,000, 124,000.
The highest one is an SGC 7.5 near mint, $599. It sold for free shipping.
Yeah.
But then there's a PSA 2.5 that sold for $51, which is a low grade. So, yeah, interesting. That's crazy.
So that means non-grade is probably going to be about. You could probably sell about $30, maybe.
It might actually be worth buying one for like $20 that would look like it would grade out somewhere in the middle and selling it for a couple $100 and getting it graded. I might think about that actually.
Yeah.
So Disney cards have about a 14% sell-through rate. New Hampshire is for Disney Grand Canyon diorama cards do well. Interesting. I'm about to list an already expensive N64 game that's sealed, but the box is effed. You wouldn't be grading it. I have no idea what to list it for.
What's the game?
It
what's
on
the
what
game?
The game is. If it's Super Mario 64, graded.
If it's Mario 64,
I mean, even with a messed up box, it's still worth something. But it does depend on what game it is, though.
You might spend more on the graded because those are expensive to grade. Because
that's true. It's
they're
like
about
$350.
$150, $150 at minimum, I think.
Oof.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let's put it this way, Rosie. The person that's going to buy that thing is probably going to grade it. How bad's the box, and what game is it? Yeah. Everybody wants to know, including the same Tommy. Yeah, gotta know.
And everybody's staring right now, like they're waiting.
Rosie, keep the show moving for us here. Come on. Yeah, that's another phenomenon that went real insanely insane for like a couple weeks in a month. Like that guy that spent like $5 million on a Mario 3 or something like that.
Yeah, Super Mario 64. No, it's the 64 that sold for like.
And then there was Mario 3, the original sealed Mario 3 with the not for resale on the top or whatever that sold for like $5 million or something at Sotheby's. It's just people.
What I want to know is where they got it from. That's what I want to know.
They had a story, and I wanted to say Kmart, but that was the whole Pokemon debacle thing. That what's his name sold on whatnot, so that wasn't that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
The only way they could have gotten it was through. Someone had to have the Nintendo, the Nintendo that came with Mario 3 in the box, and it still had to be sealed in the box. So, and they didn't make many of them, from what I remember, from what they said, is that particular bundle didn't get a lot of traction because it was like the tail end of Nintendo going into Super Nintendo. So, yeah. Plastic is completely intact, but the box is crushed. There are 2 listed on eBay, but none sold. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's a tough game. Yeah.
I think you're
if
high,
none
Tommy.
If none sold, it depends on where you want to be. If you want to be the highest, the middle.
I think I'd look what they're selling for opened, and kind of add a little bit money to an opened one, because if the box is really, really in bad shape, I think your best bet is to sell it almost like it's opened, because no one's going to pay sealed money for something that's that bad. So I think that's probably what I'd do, is maybe like see what the open box, like the ones that are in the box but open, and then add a little bit of money to it.
So Rosie, if it is sealed and everything, it should have everything inside. And one sold on August 19th for $229, and that has the box, the manual, and the game. Actually,
is it open?
It's opened.
Yeah, I think I'm with Tommy then.
Yeah, because for the console, just for the game itself, supposedly brand new, is $20. But it has no box, no manual, or nothing. And then there's one that has the box and the pictures upside down for some reason, and the box is damaged, but it's not sealed. That one sold for $260. So I think I'm with Tommy too, like maybe $289, $300, somewhere around that area.
Take $260 or $300. Take $275.
Just as you know, make sure you zoom in on that damage, because if not, people are gonna make a big deal out of that.
I actually have a better option for you.
Yeah,
send it to me, and we'll take care of it. Let's see here.
Yeah. Please don't send it to me, because I'll put it in my N64.
Make sure when you get the manual, take it out and bend it, like fold it in half and read the manual. Yeah, you got to do that. Maybe throw it over your shoulder a few times, sit the cat, scratch it up a little. Adam, the key is when you sell postcards, being able to find them and go. That's true.
And just really quick for Rosie's thing. The highest one sold for $650 free shipping, and the box is not wrapped at all either. And then the second highest is $611, and it's not wrapped either.
Yeah, I think you're in there at $289, but $300, $289. Take it best offer $275.
It's whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah. How do y'all respond to someone who wanting to combine shipping before they buy? I think all three of us have a different way of approaching this. My way of approaching it is we have on every one of our listings, it says how we do combined shipping. And the way we do it is you buy it, you pay for it, and then we refund you the difference. But you have to send us a message after you buy. If you buy 4 things, send us a message, say, hey, I'd like to do combined shipping, and then we'll just refund the difference afterwards. That's what I do.
For me, if they buy, same buyer, I just combine shipping, but I don't refund anything.
Yeah, if they don't ask, we don't do it.
Yeah,
even if they were to ask, I still wouldn't. And I think
that's
the reason I do it,
that's an easy way for a negative right there.
But the way that I do it too is, remember, I don't use calculated shipping. I use a flat rate for everything.
Yeah, but if someone bought 2 pairs of shoes off you, they pay $25 in shipping, and it will only cost you $16 to $18 to ship them.
If it goes at a £5 rate.
That's true.
Which is very possible. Imagine someone buys 2 pairs of boots, and I, for some reason, have them at $12 each, then I'm gonna lose money there.
Yeah. What about you, Jimmy? What do you do?
Depends what it is. A lot of the times when people want to combine, like I said, it's hats, shirts.
Yeah.
So I just refund them the difference.
Yeah. Nobody does the invoice.
No.
Nope.
Because the only reason why is I got hung up 14 days.
Same. That's why we stopped too.
I will not ever send an invoice ever again.
Yeah, that's why we stopped too. The only exception we will make is if it's like if they're buying a lot, like 6 and over, 5, maybe 5 and over, depending on the cost of shipping. Because like if someone bought 8 photos off of us, they're paying $5 for each one of those photos. And it's going to get really pricey. And a lot of people don't want to have that amount on their card, or, if they're using a debit card, they don't want that. So like, we'll make exceptions for large orders. And it says right on all our listings at the bottom, we'll make exceptions for large orders. We just had somebody do that. Somebody messaged us and they were like, hey, do you combine shipping? And we're like, yeah. And this is before I put the whole policy on our listings, and we explained the policy to him. He's like, well, you probably lose a lot of business because of that policy. And we're like, no, but I'm like, but we'll make an exception. How many photos are you planning on buying? Like 7. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll send you an invoice for that. And then he paid for it all. It was like, it wouldn't let me combine shipping on eBay. I'm like, I got to send you the invoice manually.
Yes.
Dude. He's like, whatever, you got your way. I'm like, and then I find out it's an APO. It's going to a service member. And I'm like,
oh my goodness.
I don't like thinking our military is a bunch of jerks, but you're a jerk.
Wow.
Mine's from an estate long-time video game lover who recently passed away. I found 3 sealed N64 games in a box under some console. All were crushed. Wow. Yeah, I'm still saying $289. That is awesome. Sealed in a box, not selling for less than $500. Tommy would keep it. I was thinking of listing at 1K best offer. The two other listed are way better condition, but listed at 4 and 8K. Yeah.
I mean, try it for 2-3 weeks and see what happens. And if you get lucky, you get lucky.
You might get lucky.
Yeah. Somebody might slam you a $500 offer, man, right off the bat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, I mean,
how much are you into? How much are you in the game for exactly?
Yeah, that's
I'm pretty sure whatever you sell it for is going to be a great profit, but it's
we do too, but you commit to it in the chat or make him pay and refund the difference. We do too. You commit to it in the chat or make him pay. Are you asking me? I tell them right off the bat. If they ask for combined shipping, even if they've already bought them and they haven't paid for them yet, and they send us a message of like, "Can you send me an invoice?" I'm like, "We don't do invoices." And the reasoning behind what I give them is that with an invoice, I'm essentially guessing on how much it weighs, and I'm also guessing on how much it's going to cost. So you may be overpaying because I'm guaranteed, So the reason we do it this way is so that you pay the exact amount. I'm like, and we have 4,000 positive feedbacks. So we aren't not sending people their refunds. And most times people don't care, except for that one guy. Every now and again it happens. But
yeah, every once in a while.
But yeah, the invoice is a bad move because it never gets paid right away. It always is a couple days. Every time. I've sent invoices minutes after they've messaged me, and it's still, they wait 2 days or 3 days to pay it. So I just never do it. I'm also selling an Atari Jaguar CD, which is a pretty rare console. I'm hoping to pull in some collectors, fingers crossed. You definitely will. That is a very rare console. That thing tanked like the Hindenburg. That thing was had terrible. No chance when it came out because it didn't have any good games, and then this juggernaut of a system came out called PlayStation, and it destroyed everything behind it. So that thing and Neo Geo got blasted out of existence because that's extremely rare. Oh, and Dreamcast was in there too.
Yeah, they destroyed Dreamcast.
And Dreamcast had some cool little features to it.
They did.
They did.
Except for that stupid controller that's the size of my head.
That thing was huge.
Like, this is so much fun. I can't wait to play.
I know.
And the joysticks weren't in a good spot either. They were offset like Xbox, but they were offset wrong. So like your finger, I remember my pinky having to be tucked in a way that was not comfortable. So yeah, it was such a cool system because I remember when it came out before PlayStation came out, and they had the new Virtual Fighter, and the new Virtual Fighter to me at the time looked insanely realistic. Now looking back on it,
it's terrible. It
looks like garbage, but yeah, I was insane and like, oh, look at these graphics, and it's got this stupid little thing where you can put a cartridge in it, and a little smiley face showed up on it. Like, this is going to be the greatest system ever. And oh, wait a minute, you can connect to the internet? What? This is insane.
Huge.
Yeah, and then PlayStation comes along, destroys it.
Right.
Yeah, amazing. But yeah, Atari Jaguar for sure. You're going to get some collectors for sure.
Oh no.
The only problem with is it coming down?
I don't know. We're good. He actually jumped on those totes. That's why I was like, "Oh no, this is gonna be bad."
This is where we make our millions, Ed. It's viral. It's happening.
Watch out, Trash and Cash. It's coming down, boys. So, no,
just so we're clear, there's no workers' comp involved here.
Nope.
It's gonna be the new opening for the Monday Night Vibe show.
Oh.
It'll just be a pause in the middle of that guitar riff, and it'll just be.
Nope,
oh man,
my pile's standing.
It's amazing. It's still there.
Oh,
my son was you know what? No. It's a good thing you don't live where Ed lives because you get a 4.5. That's coming down.
Oh yeah.
You got it.
Oh well.
I remember when I lived in California, people were anchoring their armoires to the walls.
I don't blame them though, man.
Yeah.
Well, I got a 4.5 too. It's a 4.5-year-old.
That's right.
He runs and hits them all the time, so they're good.
My son was a general manager for a GameStop for years. If I ever do games, I just call him. Yeah, true. There's a load of sales for 1K plus solds for last year, Rosie. You're golden. Yeah, I think you might do it. I just have it built into my policy. First pair $12.99, each additional $5.99. Don't bother me. like it.
Even for the 2-pound rates, Tommy, you still do the $6? Do you just eat the other?
Well, no, he's $12.99, and then if they add another pair, it's another $6. So that's that's $21.
Yeah, it depends on where it's going.
Well, I mean, he's charging $21.
Right.
So it would be you could get that to Alaska, 6 pounds for $21. So you could get that to Hawaii for $16 probably. How much is it to ship something to Hawaii from here?
The same as shipping something to the East Coast.
That's garbage. It's so much closer.
Right? Yeah,
I mean,
I was like,
no, I'm sorry, not the East Coast. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure because I don't ship much there. The last thing I shipped was the shirt at 12-ounce rate. I think it cost me like $4.28, something like that.
Oh yeah, no. Priority would be a better, better judge of it. Yeah, because it's only like a 3.5 hour flight from you or something. And it's 6 hours to the East Coast, so that would be crap. But they can't drive any of it, so maybe it is a little bit more because it's got to fly or float. So they are on consignment for my best friend, so we split 50-50. So zero buy cost for me into a couple $100. Pretty great. Yeah,
okay,
I like.
So it doesn't matter what you sell it for, then you're good.
Well, kind of does. Like go $1,000 game for 300, and he finds out.
That's true.
Yeah, you gotta shoot high.
If someone wants to buy try it out at $1,000. See what happens. You might, like Jimmy said, someone might smack you with a $500 offer, and then you're good to go.
Yep.
Someone buys 4 fun. I think you'll be good. My shipping rule is to add the weight so buyers know ahead of time what the cost is. Yeah, that's why we do the refund after the fact. I never combine shipping unless they ask, and never on Macari. You can't do it on Macari.
Nope.
Well, you can, but
I've only done it twice, and both times have actually been good. So I haven't had a bad experience with it, but I know a lot of people, they don't like to do it.
See, we had the opposite. We've done it twice, and both times the first person ended up buying it, but they waited till the next day and they messaged us and they were like, I thought you were going to make a multi-listing. And we're like, we did. And we waited a couple hours and you never bought it. So we took it down so that nobody would buy it overnight. So are you going to buy it now? Because if you're going to buy it now, we'll put it back up. And they were like, yeah, we'll buy it. And it still took them 4 more hours to buy it.
Like, come on, man.
And then the second time they never bought it. And I was just like, never again. We're just never do it. So when people ask, they're like, oh no, just make a listing. I'm like, we don't do it. Sorry. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not doing it because I've been hosed twice now. So, fool me once, whatever that thing is. I'm just not doing it. So, yeah. The VMU was awesome, ahead of its time. Yeah, for sure. Too bad the rest of the controller is hot garbage. What's up, Bartermania? Dreamcast only failed because the CDs had no copyright protection. We owned every game for 50 cents. That is also true. You could burn them. There was a bunch of bootlegs out there.
Yeah,
you could.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was one of the first CD systems to come out, and Sony was smart about it. Dreamcast was not. So you could copy them if you had, but you had to have a CD writer. And you had to have a good one because it was writing a lot of data. So and if I remember correctly, the burn discs worked like 75% of the time. There'd be a lot of times where you'd burn a disc and it didn't work. It wouldn't read it correctly, and then you get like the start of the video game, and then it'd be like, and it would freeze or something, and then you have to redo it and do it again. And at the time, CDs were expensive. Like blank CDs were expensive, so you didn't want to waste one.
And I don't think you could save on them either. I don't think they would save right.
Well, you could never save on a CD. You had to save on that little stupid thing that you checked. No, you couldn't. That's right.
Yeah, it'd mess with them.
It did. And the cord comes from the bottom. Yeah, that was the other. I remember that because it always was like.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you'd be holding the controller, and the cord would be. And then if you pulled on it, and it would pull towards you. It was so stupid. Yeah, that was a bad design. But man, was it a fun system.
They had a big hype over it too, man. When it was
yeah. I remember when it first came out, and I remember going to Toys R Us when they had the demo TV, and I remember like it was this little mini rant, but I hated that because there was always that one kid that would never walk away from the stupid thing.
Yeah.
and he'd just be sitting there playing that thing. And this was before they had the timers on it, and they'd reset the system after like 3 minutes or something like that. So that I remember like waiting and watching a kid play this thing and being like, man, look at that. Virtual Fighter looks so awesome compared to what he looked like on Sega CD. And I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And then I remember looking at the price and I was like, whoo, I don't think my mom's going to buy that for me. and then I remember like, you know, I asked for it for Christmas. I didn't get it that Christmas. And I was like, I'll ask for it next Christmas. And then PlayStation came out and I'm like, I don't want a Dreamcast. I don't want it. I need me some Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't decide if I'm going to sell the CD expansion. Oh, you have the expansion too?
Holy moly!
You should probably sell that separately.
I don't know. That's a tough one. Is it worth more with it, or is it worth more without it? Because like I know like some Atari expansions are worth more by themselves. And that might be one of those things that's worth more by itself, because I bet the finding the system is not as hard as finding the expansive set, because the expansive set came out later, and that was when it had already shit because it was done.
It was done.
So, yeah. So
I'm pretty sure you get a lot of messages too. As like, hey, just sell me the expansion pack. Hey, just sell me this.
Oh, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen to her. As soon as you list that, and even the Castlevania game, you're going to get about 6 offers in a row that are all automated. They're all going to be 50% of what you're asking. Yeah.
Listed at 2,000.
Yeah, I would probably put the automatic block on. Just if you don't want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it.
That's what happened. And when I listed the Dreamcast, I meant to put the minimum on it, and I didn't. And I got 5 offers immediately as it went live, and they were all for 50%, and they all had a disclaimer: if you accept this offer, we pay in 1 to 2 business days. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bite me. So with as much messaging with buyers you guys do, you should look into offshoring. When I install,
I don't look at them anymore. I'm joking.
I don't look at very many of them anymore either. When I install a system in California, we have to put pickle forks on the feet for quakes. Most techs in Midwest just threw them away. Those are those spikes that go in boots whenever you're climbing up poles.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
yeah, they go to UPS. I'll never lose. Hawaii is the same as Puerto Rico, Cali, and Alaska. Okay.
I keep forgetting that he ships UPS.
Yeah. We ship to Hawaii 3 times from West Virginia, no more than ship to Cali. Oh, interesting. California takes forever to deliver packages. I can ship an order from Maine to Hawaii before California puts the order on the route for delivery. It's true. Things do take forever. Yeah.
But my things get they're actually pretty quick.
Coming from.
Oh,
because you're going from you to the post office, from post office onto a truck. That's not a problem. It's if I send something to you, if I sent the same thing on the same day to you and then somebody in Hawaii, it would get to the person in Hawaii before it got to you. Most likely. Every now and again they make an exception and it gets to you in like 3 days, but most of the time it's 4 to 5 days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Mine because it gets stuck in Cincinnati. I'm like, get out of there. That's why I'm surprised you even got your thing today.
Why don't you just drive it to Indiana? Drop it off in Indiana.
I should.
And then of course whenever I send something to you guys, it just gets smashed.
Oh yeah, well it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Like see if this tape holds. The only crappy part about consignment is that I only pay I have to pay the taxes on it, so 50% is really like 30, but I do it I do it for friends too. Yeah. What's up, Kristen?
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, hi.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, block them. I like it. Just put that on a postcard or something.
On a shirt.
On a shirt. There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Rosie, you have to be able to trust the other person doing the consignment for sure. Yeah. Had to burn at 1 to 2 times speeds with good CDs. I had a very low fail rate there. Okay, that might be why that might be why I had a problem with burning those things, because I didn't know much. I just thought you threw it in there, used the program, it ripped it, you put the blank one in there, it burned it. I just thought that because it would work. Most of the time it would work, but then every now and again you get the 1 or 2 that just didn't work right. But maybe if you slowed it down a little, that it'd be 6.5 hours before it's done. 1 speed.
I mean, whoever did that.
I would have never. Oh, that's illegal.
Right?
Illegal. I never did it. I've never made it. I only saving my files, like Word documents, and
I mean,
my novel.
I paid for an actor.
Original music that I made in my basement was going on CDs. Definitely wasn't from LimeWire. I've never even seen that program.
Damn Metallica. I'm joking.
Metallica ruined all our fun. That was probably due to the buffer size on old PCs. Probably true. What's up, Yak? Thanks for coming in.
Hey, what's going on?
Let's see. There was about the same sold together separate, like 2K together, like 500 and 1500 apart. I don't think the expansion has any listed. I think I'd probably do it together then.
I'd put them together.
Yeah, put them together. The only problem with having things like that together is you're going to get the message. Like, would you consider separating the expansion pack?
So she has that. She's got N64. Man, she's gonna get all kinds of messages. I mean, do you got this?
Yep.
Do you got that? You got this?
Yeah.
You got that?
Yeah. It's
basically as soon as you list it, you're gonna get messages.
Yeah. Well, Rosie doesn't respond to any messages, so it doesn't matter. Either they're buying it or not. So I haven't seen one of those. I am trying. I think I'm picturing it in my head, but I'm also feeling like I'm making a Dreamcast Black in my head too, because I don't 100% remember what this thing looks like.
I've only seen one at a.
I want to say it's like a black console with like a rounded bottom. Am I correct there? And it has like a triangle light at the top.
Well, if you buy it from Rosie, you'll see it all the time. I'm just
yeah, sure. I got a credit card with some room on it.
Sarah's gonna be like,
there goes. Sarah's gonna be like, Hey, Sarah, we're not going to Delaware now because I bought a Jaguar. The car? No.
Sorry, Tommy. You're going to have to come to Pennsylvania now.
With an expansion pack, though, babe. This is going to be great.
This is awesome.
We could still take the week off and play Atari Jaguar the whole time. Except, what the problem is? They didn't make very many games for it, so we're not going to be able to play for long.
They should just be giving you that death stare.
Yeah. She knows I would never do that. I have my Sega Saturn. It's down here. Or no, it's been moved. It's somewhere else now. But I was gonna sell it, and I'm like, I can't sell it. I love that system. that was one of the better Christmas gifts. So, because I was the guy that had the original Genesis with the maroon on it, and then I had a Sega CD where you had to jam it, or no, it was on top of the Sega CD, and it had the one that didn't work correctly half the time because they had the one that was side mounted that you just shoved onto the side, and that one worked well, but then they had the one that went underneath it, and I had that one, and that one did not work very well at all. So my years later I bought myself a Saturn because I was like, this is going to be great, and then like a year goes by and Dreamcast comes out, and I'm like, oh. And then a year goes by, and PlayStation comes out, and I'm like,
I just bought it.
What am I going to do now?
Yeah, and then 360, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it snowballed. I feel like back then too, video game systems were like one every 2 years, and now it seems like 4 years, roughly.
It's like forever.
Not even 4 years. I'd say more like 6 to 8 years now.
Well, how old is Xbox One?
I mean, they just came out with the PS5, and the PS4 was out for a good couple of years.
Yeah, which is good because it's nice and they're powerful. They can handle it. I mean, Xbox One they're still making games for it, and the Xbox Series S and X are out. So
I paid a lot of money for my 5.
I feel like graphics can't, like there comes a point where graphics can't get. The human eye is not going to be able to pick up on much more. Like sooner or later, it's going to look like this. Like sooner or later, we'll be able to program this live chat, and we can it'll look like us.
Yeah,
it'll just be some computer.
I mean, unless you could afford like the really high-end TVs, like what is it? When they're at a 8K or 24K, I don't know what they're at right now. You can't get the full experience from the consoles.
But aren't they saying that like the human eye can't really pick up 8K very well? Like it almost doesn't look that much better than 4K.
Yeah.
Like I thought, like they're gonna reach a point where they're either gonna have to have things coming out of the television at us, or they're gonna just say, "Yeah, this is the best we could do." So
They're going to do that stupid glasses thing again.
Which, that did not go well. The 3D TVs.
Yeah, which if you wear glasses, you can't even explain. I mean, it depends on your definition. You know, it's like.
Well, they did come out with a solution which looked like the old lady sunglasses. You know, those
yeah, they're huge.
That did not go over well either. And it really wasn't that much 3D. Like, what's that Nintendo that they made? That was 3D.
The Nintendo 3DS.
Was that the one that actually looked 3D?
Well,
like when it was big.
What was that? The hand? No, the Wii U.
The Wii U.
No. This was a folding one. There was a 3DS, and then there was a 3DS something
XL,
or other.
3DS XL.
One of them, that bottom screen looked 3D, and it was sick. Like when you opened it up and started it, you were like, "What? What is this sorcery? How's this doing this?" And so, like, I feel like that technology may come forward, but those 3D glasses didn't look much better than that to me.
Right?
No.
So I don't know what.
And it gave me a headache.
I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna implant chips in our brain, and then we don't even need TV anymore. We'll just be like, I'm gonna watch TV.
Yeah.
Put on YouTube.
I don't know if you guys watch Futurama, but they have an episode of that. They call it the iPhone.
Play Pittsburgh Picker. Hey everybody, welcome back to the live. What's up, Gulf Coast?
Hey,
What's
Ryan.
up, Tara
What's up,
Picker?
man?
Good morning from the UK.
Hello.
Good morning.
I was poor, bro. If I wanted a game, I had to burn it and wait or not play it ever. I also have about 50 other games to list, and most of them are 50 plus games. Jesus, Rosie.
Wow.
You might want to lock your doors. Not from anybody here. I'm just saying in general. It's some expensive stuff.
Yeah, you've got some coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, black and red, and the controllers are super weird with lots of buttons. Yeah, it did have lots of buttons on it. I only had one game to test it with. Yeah, just got an email. Adam never gets payment is confirmed. So chasing tech is an experience. What? Come on, get with it. That sells so well, but they break all the time. It's a double stack, but it's working like it's like $300. Yeah. 2013 for the OG Xbox One. So yeah.
Oh, wow. So almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years. Wow. The VCR model. That's what I had. Yeah, the VCR model. You had to set the big console on top, and then it had like this extension that came on the bottom, and it was, press button to get that tray to come out, and then stick the disc in. And then you put it in, and like half the time it would just eject the disc back out. And you just had to keep pressing the button, and eventually it would hold and start playing, and then you'd hear the whee, and you're like, yes! And then 20 minutes later, you were playing a game.
Yeah.
And then it had to load for another 15 minutes after that. After you hit the start button.
Yeah, here it.
Or when you're
that was when it was over.
Or when your Super Nintendo game would freeze halfway and you had to start all over again.
Super Nintendo wasn't as susceptible because it was the cartridge, and they were onto something there, because there was nothing worse than playing a CD-based game and finding out that thing had a scratch like closer to the middle of the disc, and you're getting somewhere, and it freezes on you. And then you're like, oh crap. And then you flip the disc over, and you're like, and you try to like wipe it off. You try to like the WD-40 trick just so that it gets past that scratch and you can keep playing the game. But if that scratch was deep enough and you couldn't do it, you weren't playing the game any further. That was it. It was the end of the game.
It was over.
Yeah. Stop the PS4. Yeah, I have an Xbox Series S, and I don't play it very often, but it's normally a winter thing for me. Seems
they're still asking a lot in the reselling market for the PS5, and you still have to get on the wait list to buy one.
No kidding.
Yeah. They still send
just buy an Xbox. They're out. They're at Walmart.
Mine was free.
I don't think the Xbox is hyped up as much as the PlayStation for some reason.
It's same. It's actually more powerful than PlayStation. Well, the X is. That thing's massive, by the way. It's like this big.
Yeah.
But it's just as powerful.
It might just be the game exclusives that come with the PS that everybody wants.
Maybe. I have a 3D Blu-ray player. Can't even give away on eBay. People
No.
It's like a HD DVD.
No, I have my Blu-ray player right here, and I use it almost every single time.
I know. His is a 3D Blu-ray player that only worked with the 3D televisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably a bigger flop than HD DVD. or mini disc. All 3DSs are 3D. They have a sidebar to adjust the intensity. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do.
What's up, Patrick? Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Patrick.
My foil hat will block the chip signal. There you go. I used to mod Xboxes with LEDs, etc. Interesting. Never played one. Okay. Our last console games were PS3 and Xbox 360. We got into online gaming for a while. We don't game at all now. Yeah, in the wintertime, my buddy of mine will play. Me and my buddy will play a few games here and there on Xbox, and that's about it. That's about it for me in gaming anymore. But
yeah, same.
Anyways, we made it.
We did.
So, what do you guys got coming up this week?
Well, for me, I really don't have much coming up. I know in a couple of my videos, people have been commenting they want me to make some update about a video I made a long time ago about Facebook holding funds. So maybe I'll do that. I mean, it's such an old video. I don't even remember what I said on this. So I got to go back and rewatch it. But people want an update on that. And then, other than that, I really don't have anything planned. Just trying to focus more on listing than actually making videos. But if anything comes up, I'll bring it up.
There you go. Jimmy, you got a video coming out about the bunny?
Actually, it was out Saturday, dude. So you didn't even watch it.
Saturday was busy.
Yeah, okay. But no, I'm on PTO this week, so definitely going to live like a full-time reseller and juggle around with my kids, you know.
So you got all kinds of time then.
Yeah. Yeah, so much time. Yeah. I'm actually working harder than I do in my real job right now.
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah. See?
But no, it's all worth it. Man, my kids are in 4-H, so our county fair is going on, and so that's where I'm at. But Wednesday we get a little break, so we might do this flea market that's only on Wednesdays. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see it. I mean, if not, if I don't put anything out, we'll be back here. So that's right where I'm at.
We got some. This I do miss. The PS3 backwards compatibility was cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, and Mark, I'll get to your comment in a minute. Look who showed up right at the end. John.
Hey, what's up, John?
Flying home to Florida in about 9 hours from the UK. Interesting. The safe travels, my friend. That fair you were at, Jimmy, was insane. Yeah.
That was only a quarter of it, man. It's big. I mean, it's big for being a county fair, man. It's big.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, Pittsburgh Picker Channel, and I'm going to get to this Mark's comment. Any news? Yes, it's going to either get filmed tomorrow or Wednesday morning. It'll be out Wednesday around 7:00. I have props over here that I'm going to be using. I have all the stories that I'm going to cover over here. It could suck. I have no idea. I've never done something like this before. So we'll see. It might get filmed Tuesday and Wednesday because I might get frustrated on Tuesday and stop and then have to redo it on Wednesday. So you never know. But yes, it will be out on Wednesday evening. Unless something happens, then it won't be. But yeah, 7 p.m. Hopefully it'll be coming out. So Pittsburgh Picker reseller news. And I promise you it won't be political. It's going to be just news that affects resellers. So that's what we're going to do. And it's going to be interesting. So yeah, hopefully it'll be interesting. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll suck, like I said. But we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. So bloopers. Yeah, that'll be great. So, anyways, that's about it for us, guys. We're going to take off. We'll be back here Monday, 9 p.m. right here.
As usual.
Channel,
thanks.
So.
Just want to say thanks to all the new viewers being here. A lot of new names, and hopefully we'll see you here, guys, next week. Every single Monday.
I think we actually hit the record.
We did.
I think 31 was the record, and we hit 32. So thank you, guys. We really appreciate it for all of you that are watching.
And we hope you'll be here next week. And of course, to everybody who's just in the background listening,
thank you as well. I needed a Mentos. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. We really appreciate it. Our little show is getting a little bigger, and we love it. So thank you guys. We will see you next Monday at 9 p.m. So see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Good day, sir.